friends, and welcome back to my crafty space. My name is Crystal, and in today's video I am going to be working on Project Life week 32. So for this particular week I am going to be using the Rome Story Kit from Ali Edwards. This kit was perfect for documenting the week because my family actually went on a vacation. So I already have all of my photos and journaling printed. So what I'm going to do is just get everything laid out here on the table, and then we're going to work together to get the spread embellished and into the pages. I will say that this one is very photo heavy. I have a few filler cards that I'm using and one journaling card, which is very unusual for me. I usually have a lot of journaling in my Project Life spreads. However, I will be creating a travel album for this vacation. Hopefully in the next month or so, I'll be putting that together. So that will be a much more detailed journaling and just documentation of this past week. So this is just going to be very generalized. Most of the pictures are just like some of my absolute favorites, and then a journaling card that just gives the bare minimum of what we did. So let me go ahead and get everything out here on the table and we will get to work on this. I'm going to put you guys on fast forward, and then once I get everything done, we'll slow back down and close out for the day. Let's get started. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start by getting this spread all out in front of us like this, and I am going to cut apart those photos in the middle. I left them together this time because I don't often show you guys that I actually print them side by side. And since this spread I am doing 2 of the 6x8 photos, I printed those on 4x6. So in Photoshop I cropped them to 6x8. And then I cropped the 6x8 into 2 4x6s, knowing that the ones in the middle would be cut in half into like the 3x4 photo size. So when I cropped those in Photoshop, I just had to make sure that if the top, or if the 4x6 that's in the middle row was cropped down the middle, that it wouldn't be like cutting into somebody's face or something like that. So I did make sure to be mindful of that when I was cropping those in the program. So then once I have everything all cut in half like that, or the 3x4s cut apart. Next, what I'm going to do is work on my title card. So for the title card, I chose the stripe one with the label-ish spot in the middle. Those tend to be a favorite for me to use for title cards. And then I went through my alphabet stickers and I found 2 sets that went really well with this kit. So one is just the little tiny tiles from Feed Your Craft. I'm not sure if they still have those or not. If they do, I will link them down below just because the colors match really well with this particular kit. The other ones are a craft paper type sticker. When I get to the end, I will talk about how I like them, and I like blabber about because I can't remember the word craft. But they are craft, the craft paper, and add a really nice texture, but also keep this spread pretty muted. So it works out in the long run. Then I grabbed one of my sticker labels from Studio Calico. It's the gray one, to add my date stamp in, and called that good. So now that those cards are done, the next thing I'm going to do is pull out my embellishments and just set things out on the spread until I get them in an orientation that I like. So I started with the square, what is that called? Pleather embellishment. And later when I go to stick it down, I will kind of debate between putting it on the left side or the right side of that picture. Ultimately, I choose to put it on the left side for a couple of reasons. One, the embellishment up on the photo of my dad and my daughter, where there's a lot of sky above them, I will move that embellishment to the right side. So then both of those are kind of more centered or more towards the middle, the 2 biggest embellishments. And also in the 6x8 photo there, we're all kind of looking at the bottom left corner. So I felt like if you followed our eyesight, then it would bring you to the Great Outdoors pleather embellishment there. So aside from that, I'm just going to be using the chipboard stickers on here and those cardstock flags. I'll find a couple of sentiments that work well with the spread and also with the sizing, and that is pretty much what I'm going to do embellishing wise. I don't think I do anything other than that. So what I can do is just talk to you guys a little bit about the photos that I chose, since I will be documenting this in more depth and more detail later on. I just decided to choose some of my more favorite pictures. So I've got the one of me that's really big. That is a picture that Isabella actually took. A lot of times when she's with me, I can talk her into letting me take pictures of her if she takes pictures of me. And this one actually turned out really good. So I chose to go ahead and print that one really big and put it on this page. I loved that wall. And then I also printed the big picture on the end. That was the last day that we were at our cabin. I just set my phone up next to a bottle, put on the self timer, and had us all sit on the porch together to take one big family picture before we left. So that was really fun. And that was one that we all did silly faces for. When we went to Saugatuck is where our vacation took place, which is on the west side of Michigan, right next to Lake Michigan. It is a tourist town, but it was not as busy as usual just because, of COVID and everything happening there. We decided to stay in a cabin that is it's a house that owns a bunch of cabin buildings for people to stay. So we stayed in a cabin, which made social distancing really easy for us. And at that particular place, they had a sand mountain for the kids to play on and a pool. And then we just traveled around and went to some different hiking trails. We spent a day, actually might have been 2 days, just walking through the town, not really going in any of the shops, but walking through the town. We were extremely impressed at how well the citizens of Saugatuck adhered to the masking, like wearing masks. Pretty much everyone in the town was wearing masks, and it was fantastic. Like, I definitely left there feeling really good about having gone on vacation there. So that's why a lot of these pictures that you see are like playing in sand, going on hikes, playing in the pool, and then the one of the fancy wall was downtown. All right, you guys, that finishes this second spread for today. So week 32 is in the books, and it looks awesome. I loved using all of those embellishments on here, even though I kind of wanted to hoard a few of them. I'm glad I didn't. And I think that this, what do I want to call that? Like chipboard looking, what is this? What is it? That is a material, and I can't think of what it's called. The brown. I want to call it cardstock, and that's not right. Whatever. I can't think of it. Anyway, I like the color and the texture of those letters as my week title as well. It kept it real like outdoorsy, travel-y, I don't know. It kept it cool. So that is that. I have a bunch of this kit still remaining, but the good news is that I will be able to use a lot of it along with the travel collection in order to create my album documenting this trip. Also, because I like to do my documentation in traveler's notebooks, and that is my plan, is to do a traveler's notebook or two. I haven't decided if I want to do just one or a double for the trip. But because I do traveler's notebooks, 4x6 cards don't really fit in that size of an album. So for this spread, I did use all 4x6 journaling cards and not any 3x4, because the 3x4 cards I can use as flip ups or decoration or for lots of different things inside the traveler's notebook. So I did keep that in mind as I was figuring out the cards for this week. I think that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this process. If you did, give it a thumbs up down below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can see all of my future crafty videos. I will be back again on Friday with another Story Kit Crush project using the Habit Story Kit. So hopefully I will see you then. Until then, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you all in the next video. Bye now.